Hey everyone, it's Deb from Locked Up with History and the National Crime and Justice Museum at Geelong Jail. Now, just behind me here, you can see the Rosedale Hotel, and that is where I have a story for you. So, Dr. Lamphia, and again, please forgive my pronunciations because we know that I'm not great at pronunciations. He arrived here in Rosedale in 1923 and he took up temporary residence at the Rosedale Hotel while the premises that he was going to move into was being renovated. There was much excitement about a doctor coming to town because there'd been no resident doctor in Rosedale for quite a considerable period of time. The papers spoke quite highly of him arriving here in 1923, talking about how he got his doctorate at Dublin University and had extensive practices in New South Wales and Victoria. However, by 1934, Dr. Lamphia is still living at the Rosedale Hotel across the road, and he is still seeing patients here. And it also came with the unexpected death of a young woman. The young woman, who was later identified as Catherine Worthington, arrived at here and saw the doctor. And on his recommendations, she was sent to a boarding house, which is sort of just down at if I turn around this way, turn around quite a way, it's just down the other side down past that hotel. So the boarding house was run by a woman by the name of Anastasia Allen and her sister, who was known as Frances Reed. And it was here that the young woman was sent to later that afternoon for them to look after. She was under the care still of Dr. Lamphia. She looked quite pale. And she was given a room, and Dr. Lamphia said just to give her a light breakfast, not to give her anything too heavy. If they had her in a bed, which they had the foot of the bed up, which probably was a red flag at that time, and they would take care of her. But unfortunately, she passed away in the early hours a couple of days later. Now, it was now that Dr. Lamphia started to panic a little bit. So he sent a telegram to her brothers. She was a woman from Bairnsdale, and just basically said that she's dead. The two brothers would turn up here. When they arrived here at the Rosedale Hotel to find Dr. Lamphia, he was very drunk and wasn't making much sense. They eventually went down to the boarding house run by Mrs. Allen, and there they found their sister's handbag and belongings. They would eventually take her home. The inquest would found that she died from the effects of an illegal operation that had damaged some of her organs. Now, it went to court, and Dr. Lamphia was acquitted of the case and was set free. But very interestingly, 2 years later in 1936, there was another woman by the name of Kathleen Anderson, who was also under the care of Dr. Lamphia, who also had an illegal operation performed on her and unfortunately passed away. What's interesting about that case is within a couple of days of her passing away, her husband took his own life with a gun, and Dr. Lamphia attempted to take his own life as well here at the Rosedale Hotel. After that, we don't see or hear from Dr. Lamphia again. He's faded into the background of history. It's just another one of our stories here from Victoria and Gippsland. Thanks, see you soon.